Yeah.
Exactly like we're talking about now.
Yeah. All right. Sick. Yeah. I'm Jake Richard, and I shape surfboards. Here at JR, when a board's not up to quality and I'm not comfortable with, putting my brand name on it, we have some procedures in place that will deal with boards like these. I'm Jake Richard, also known as JR Design. I'm from Santa Barbara, California. Lived here my whole life, basically. So my hobbies are definitely surfing. Everything kind of relates back to surfing. Shaping surfboards all day, every day. I mean, this whole thing is kind of just started from the coronavirus. I had so much time, and I was like, all right, so people are gonna need boards, and I've got free time, so I'm gonna try to make myself a board, see how it goes. And it was all right. So I was just like, well, my friend wants a board, let me just make one for him. And he really liked it. And then next thing you know, another friend wanted them, and now I'm fucking shaping boards for all my friends.
So at first, he just started regularly fixing our boards. And then after a while, he told me that he was gonna start shaping, which I thought was cool. And then he actually shaped a board, and I remember riding it. It wasn't the best board, but it was a board and it worked. And then he started shaping more boards for other people that I knew, like Rex. Yeah, that's when I told him to shape one for me, and we worked together with it, and it was really good. It's one of my favorite boards. I like it for small surf. So it's the Sea Rocket. It's 5'6". I'd say it's a good board. I'm happy I got it. I think that Jake's company is cool because it's interesting that he's starting to shape so young. He can fix his own boards. He can shape his own boards. He can sell boards. I think it's a cool talent to have just as a surfer. And if he wants to keep on going with it later on as a business, I think that's also cool.
I started surfing only 3 years ago. Summer freshman year, I was like sitting at home. I was like, I can either play Call of Duty or I can go surfing. And I went surfing on this fucking beat up wave storm that my dog had chewed to bits. And I was like, this is actually pretty fun. I'm gonna go do it again. So I'd go every day. It didn't matter if it was flat. I went every single day that summer, and I just got better. Even if it was pouring rain or the surf was just an absolute lake, I'd just go out, because if you get that one wave and just do something you've never done before, then you're getting better. That was my mindset back then, because every little time I stood on the board, I was getting better.
Jake and I have become better friends with surfing just from doing it all the time together. I mean, every day there were waves over the summer or during coronavirus quarantine, we would surf as much as possible. Jake had finished shaping a blank for himself that he just kind of made for fun. And Jake and I were talking one day, and I was talking about a certain Channel Islands surfboard that I really wanted. And Jake was kind of saying, listen, I could shape that for you if you wanted, and it would be way cheaper. So he was talking about charging me less. And so he offered to shape me. That was the first, actually, 511 twin fin that he shaped me. So it can kind of work in anything, big waves or small waves. Second board I received from Jake is called the Disciple. Very fun board, really drivey, really fast. The most recent board I've received from Jake, actually last week, it's called the Powerline, and it's a high-performance shortboard. So it has even less volume than the past two I've received from him, and it's a 5'9". I would say, at this point, I'm his biggest customer. I would definitely think that Jake has a lot of potential. He already has his own logo. He's already shaped for a sponsored surfer. More and more people are approaching him asking for boards.
My name is Brandon Benjamin. I'm a pro surfer from South Africa and currently living in California. National champion and former QS competitor. My board is called the Branded. And what it is a mixture between a CI Twin and a Flyer. I was like, oh, what if I had a mixture between these? And that was where we put this model together. It came out pretty well. First of all, he's got a natural talent and he's got a gift for it and he's got the passion for it. So having that as a combination, that's just having a future in general. There's definitely gonna be a future for young Jake.
Usually start off with like a mix of like 2 boards, and I got the names based off of like who I'm shaping it for. Music. It's a lot of music actually, now that I think about it. 7 boards have got Tame Impala on them. I feel like surfing and music kind of go hand in hand. It sounds cheesy, but I name a lot of my boards after music because you just it puts you in the right mood. You know, you're never in a bad mood if you're out there on the water, and music makes surfing even better.
So Jake does this thing where he names his boards after certain songs.
The Low Beam. I kept baiting you. I was like, God, the Low Beam's such a good song.
And the Low Beam is actually one of our favorites, one of our favorite Hers songs, which is a band that we both listen to and love, with a great passion. He connected 2 things that we're both interested in. Very cool.
It's the Low Beam. It's a beam that happens to be low.
Yes, me and Jake, we surf from time to time. Sometimes more times than other times. We'd be out there making moves. We'd be out, you know. I'm always stoked to be with that fool Jake. Right off the bat, I got his first ever original JR surfboard, and you know that thing, it rides like nothing I've ever surfed before. It's a lovely board.
So we kind of just started shaping that first board as kind of a father-son project, and it was great because we could work together and use his skills and my skills to create something that we could both appreciate. It's like getting better at surfing. You get better at shaping, and you keep on adding ideas until you just have this amazing board that you're proud of. So working with my dad was actually a pretty great mix because he knew more technical stuff about sanding and working with epoxy, and as a surfer, I knew more stuff about how boards work in the water and how they feel under your feet. You like tweak one thing and you're like, oh shit, that actually really works. I could sell this board. He's helped me push me on my own to start doing it by myself, and is still there to help me to this day.
I think Jake's been doing pretty well, all things considered. He's got quite a few customers, a few return customers too. He could really like go somewhere with what he does, I think at least. I do have a JR. It was custom shaped for me. It's called the Le Whippet. It's sick. I really like the board. It's meant for like smaller waves, but it can also go to like bigger surf too. It's a good all-around board, like a growler. I basically grew up going to Devs and Sands, Devro. Yeah, I also like going to Rincon. Rincon's pretty fun. Halama. Halama's probably the best out of everything here. Surfing's special because it's like you're in there, like experiencing it, you know?
Trying to find love in my dreams. I know what you're thinking, you can take it for a ride. Baby, leave me out of this, I'm never gonna hide. You can keep on running, but you're running out of track. I'ma keep it coming, it's a matter of fact.
It definitely worries me because starting your company is not the easiest thing in the world to do. But I'd love to be like a second option for people to to come and enjoy, but the worries are always in the back of your mind, like, are you really going to be able to do this? Growing up in this industry, there's tons of competition, and there's new people coming out with boards every single day. So just keeping up with the industry and its progression is also going to be kind of a worry.
Some concerns that I have, maybe, you know, right now, if someone were to just see a JR board in the shop and a CI, you know, they're gonna choose the CI every time. Even if Jake's is high performance, handcrafted, they're gonna choose the CI. So he needs to really get his name out there. He needs to come up with something new, something unique.
I think that one worry I have for Jake is just that he's too generous, you know. And I mean, like, I mean, that's a great thing, but just I think that he shouldn't let himself get taken advantage of ever in the future. And I think that if he has his own shaping business, he needs to draw boundaries.
Starting surfing, like, was pretty unmotivating. Like, when you get out there for the first time, you either have the time of your life or you get put down really quick. And at a young age, it's really easy to have the time of your life. And at an older age, I started surfing at 15, 16, where kids are expected to be almost going pro at that age. It's like all the people out there were looking at me like who is this kid, and he shouldn't be here, and getting cussed out and whatever. And, you know, that's that. It happens, but if I wouldn't have just kept with it and absorbed all those pressures, then I wouldn't be as happy as I am today.
Well, if I'm being completely honest with you, I think that Jake can really go places with this. I feel like he could make a real business out of this, and he's gonna settle down when the time comes in somewhere where he can hit the waves. Surfing is gonna remain in his life for most, if not all of it, I would imagine.
If I were to say one thing to Jake, I think what he's got going right now is really good. And if he keeps doing what he's doing right now, he'll definitely go somewhere with it.
I mean, the only advice I could give Jake now is just to keep hacking away. I mean, I think he's doing everything right now, and I think that he'll only learn more as he shapes more. Good luck, Jake, and I hope to keep buying boards from you for years to come.
Yeah, I think Jake has a future with it because he loves surfing, so I see him surfing the rest of his life. And if he's going to be surfing, he's going to be fixing boards and he's going to be shaping boards. And I think that if he plays his cards right, he could have a successful business. Jake, keep shaping.
Strangers, angels, dancing in the deepest oceans to see